looks like a nothing play, right? He's just
He's just running back. Yeah, but he pulls it while he's running back.
Yeah, exactly. No change in direction though, right? He's just running back to the play. Immediately grabs the hamstring. I think that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the Injury Gurus. My name's Al. This is our always late physiotherapist. Matt does physio, never on time guy. Our expert who's going to talk a little bit about Marc Gasol.
This is really just for show.
He's going to talk a little bit about the Marc Gasol injury that happened last night in the Pistons game to his hamstring. We got cameraman Mike here, making sure all of this gets recorded. This is the channel where we talk about how injuries happen, why they happen, how you can prevent them from happening to you, and if they do happen, how to rehab these injuries. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about the fantasy implications of all the injuries that you see. I want to go off script a little bit here and jump straight to what do we think the fantasy implications and the diagnosis of this is, because I think that's what a lot of people will be interested in, especially Raptors fans as well.
Now, if you go back to what we did last night, that quick in a minute take, you heard me talk about how he grabbed his hamstring immediately and how he pulled up lane, as well as how he got off the court. He didn't need help to get off the court, but he really gingerly limped off the court. That's kind of consistent with a grade 2 hamstring strain.
And what does the grades mean?
So usually, that's a great question. So usually we have a 3-grade scale, and they're not great. Let's get that out of the way first. 1 is, hey, it's sore, okay? 3 is, wow, there's a tear, like a cut through a muscle, and I'm gonna need help moving. And a grade 2 is somewhere in between. Okay, so ridiculous. It's kind of mucky.
Yeah.
You think we'd have a better scale than that, but that's what we use. Now, with Marc Gasol, he pulls up, it looks like a grade 2. What this means for his rehab is it's gonna be about 4 weeks, or what we anticipate being about 4 weeks.
Back on court or rehab?
Probably back on court, getting ready to play. I don't expect him back on the team for about 4 or 5 weeks at least. Okay, especially he's a big guy, he's a little bit of an older guy. He's not healing any quicker than he used to. For your fantasy implications, take that for what you will, okay? And it's gonna take him a while to become the player he has been. They're not gonna get him back on the court. Think of a guy like Ibaka, how long it's taken him. Just now, he's starting to get back to normal after that ankle injury.
Why does stuff like this happen in general?
The hamstring is a very interesting muscle group, okay? Let's talk about it as a group and keep it very simple. It starts at your hip and it goes below your knee. So that means it affects 2 separate joints. And because of that, that's where we get the strains, okay? So for an athlete like you or Marc Gasol, it's when you're running and the muscle's in a lengthened position, so the long position where the hip is bent and the knee is straight, that you're gonna have that injury. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens every time we run up and down the soccer pitch or we're going down the basketball court as well.
So Marc Gasol and I are almost the same athlete.
Close to the same height too, for those of you who know Al.
So talk to me a little bit about prevention, because I think that's the thing that's most important. And then after that, rehab as well.
And prevention and rehab are basically one-to-one here. Okay, there's been some studies who are trying to look at pro athletes, specifically in Australia with footy players there. They're trying to identify which single measure can identify who will and who will not have hamstring strains. What they're finding is a lot of one-leg activities, one-leg exercises can help identify who may be at risk throughout that season. You really want to focus where the leg is, like we said, the hip is bent and the knee is straight, so Romanian deadlifts. There's an exercise called the Nordic Curl, which is very popular online right now. Very tough. I don't suggest anybody just go try that one without getting checked first, but maybe you can try like a straight leg deadlift would be something that's a little bit more common.
Let us know in the comments. Tell us your stories. Has this happened to you? How did you guys deal with it? Do you have any great exercises that our viewers can benefit from? I think you heard it here first. 4 to 5 weeks for your fantasy guys out there. Not great for the Raptors.
You heard it here first last night.
You heard it here first last night and then again here today. So don't believe all the fake news that they reported on it first that you see on the other channels, no name drops. This is the Injury Gurus. We're the channel that talks about NBA, NFL, and NHL pro athlete injuries, how they happen, why they happen. Can these injuries happen to you? And if they do, how do you prevent them, rehab them? And of course, we're giving you all the best information on how to deal with your fantasy teams. This is Matt, always late Matt. I'm Al. That's Cameraman Mike. Cameraman Mike is always early. Also, you guys should always know that. We're the Injury Gurus. Stay tuned. We're coming at you all season long.